Jill Dillard lost out on hundreds of thousands of dollars while TLC and her dad made bank. Jill Dillard Duggar missed out on a ton of money while working for TLC but not receiving a paycheck. Kai G like HTS. TLC's Duggar Family show made millions, but kids like Jill claim they never got paid their fair share. Jill Dillard lost out on thousands of dollars, despite TLC making millions from her reality TV appearances. Jim Bob kept all the family money, only offering kids $10 an hour after being confronted by Jill and Derek. TLC created one of its longest-running and highest-earning shows with the Duggar family, drawing millions of viewers and earning plenty of money. Unfortunately for the Duggar kids, their parents were the ones in control of the money, and some of the kids have apparently not received the money they were promised. In some cases, they weren't promised anything while Jim Bob Duggar and TLC made millions of dollars. Over the years, Jill Dillard's financial struggles with her dad have been publicized, and it turns out that TLC was making mega millions and passing a hefty amount of cash on to Jim Bob while ignoring the stars of its shows. Jill Dillard's financial struggles started with dad Jim Bob Duggar. Jill claims her dad never paid her, despite the family receiving money from TLC. It's no secret that Jill and Derek Dillard's net worth was impacted by their estrangement from the Duggars. Money caused plenty of problems between Jill and her parents, Michelle and Jim Bob, although finances were far from the only thing they disagreed about. However, the accusation that Jill received an itemized bill from her dad for the cost of raising her made it clear where Jim Bob stood. The family patriarch reportedly managed his family's contracts with TLC through a company he created, but he's said to have withheld the money from his kids. Eventually, after the fights over money grew too intense, Derek Dillard threatened his father-in-law with a protective order. The talk of money wasn't so surprising, given that TLC obviously paid the Duggars a large amount of money during their reality TV run. With 2 shows under their belt, the Duggars were likely bringing in a ton of money, yet Jill only made a meager salary for 19 kids and counting. There is also evidence suggesting that Jill lost out on hundreds of thousands of dollars while TLC pulled a nil himself. Jill Duggar Dillard's memoir and interviews revealed the extent of TLC's earnings. Jill Dillard's wedding was a boon for the reality TV network. During one interview after the release of her memoir Counting the Cost, Jill Dillard sat down with Good Morning America to chat about her book and life growing up on TLC. ABC anchor Juju Chang specifically pointed out that Jill was not paid for most of Counting On, not even for the footage of her and Derek's wedding. Chang noted, "And yet your wedding attracted 4.4 million viewers." Jill has stated that her wedding footage was billed at $100,000, with that money ostensibly going directly to Jim Bob. Jill says she never received it, nor did she receive the reported $100,000 that was paid out for the episode featuring Jill's first pregnancy and birth of her son, Israel. Jill has said she was blindsided by Jim Bob pushing a contract on her the night before her wedding, a contract which was later publicized by ABC. The contract stipulated that the family would be paid $50,000 per half-hour episode and $65,000 per hour-long special. Per Journal Now, after Season 3, the numbers went up to $58,000 and $73,000. Though not part of Counting On, so perhaps not part of the 2014 contract, the episode Jill's Wedding, which aired during Season 14, Episode 13, ran for an hour and 25 minutes. Jill's special delivery also ran an hour and 25 minutes during Season 15, Episode 19 of 19 Kids and Counting. Despite leading the news show, Jill Dillard didn't get any of the millions. Counting On had 119 episodes, earning Jim Bob somewhere around $6 million. Though Counting On was initially a Jill and Jessa-led show, Jill said, "We still weren't seeing income even at that point. At the stated rate, Jim Bob would have received over $2.9 million from the 58 episodes Jill appeared in for Counting On alone, not to mention her hundreds of episodes and specials on 19 Kids and Counting." Clearly, that means TLC made far more. After 200 episodes and 24 specials, per Juju Chang's declaration during their interview, Jill and Derek approached Jim Bob, apparently receiving $175,000 after arguing their case. Jim Bob is said to have given each child $80,000 after negotiations with Jill. Based on Jill's explanation that she was owed 3% of the contract amount, Jim Bob would probably owe her more like $430,000 for 19 kids and counting on. Sadly, Jill and Derek were financially eviscerated by Jim Bob, who kept control of all the family money and apparently doled it out unfairly. To date, it's unclear why TLC didn't pursue individual contracts with I.